Hello everybody, my name is Dark Power, and this is a special report. So everybody knows who TotalBiscuit is. I would hope you know who he is, but you might not know who fun creators are. If you do not know who fun creators are, just look at the game Guys of the Wolf. It is a terrible game, amplified by TB's WTF video of the particular game that played like absolute crap. Well, guess what? You might not be able to now because that video has been pulled. Who by? Fun creators. And they go a little bit further than anything Day One Scary's Incident could ever do. First of all, they get it pulled. The video is pulled. Now, TB posts on his Twitter feed that they can confirm it was from Fun Creators, the makers of the horrific game. He posts a picture of the email that he got, and I will just post everything in the description below this video because this needs to be seen to believed. So what does Fun Creators do after they get wind of this evidence? Pretty damning evidence. They say that TB photoshopped this photo of this email. TB responds by posting a YouTube video showing him opening the actual email that he got, confirming that Fun Creators were the ones that sent the email because it shows the actual headers of the email. So what does Fun Creators seem to want to do about this situation? Act like mature people, try to get this resolved, try to get this all sorted out? No, they act like utter dipshits instead. Just read some of the things they said on their Twitter feed, for starters. They said, oh, TB is going to go to EA to look for a job after this is all said and done. They have all these different lawyers, and they are so much bigger than 1 or 2 videos. Yeah, this is not the way to run a company, Fun. First of all, TB has more subscribers than any of us other YouTubers could probably imagine to have. This is not someone you want to fuck with, okay? Second of all, what reason would he have to make another account, issue a copyright strike against his own video, claim it was from Fun Creators who, by the way, if he were to do that, he would be in big trouble with YouTube because they don't like that sort of thing. Although YouTube might not even care, seeming as how great their copyright system is. Then Photoshop an email and then claim that Fun Creators took down his own video. Please tell me where the logic in actually doing that is. What reason would he have to do that? What reason would he have to destroy his own reputation, his own livelihood, just so he can do something like this? Just so he can destroy a small gaming company who created a horrific game? Can you say bankruptcy, Fun Creator? Because now you're going to experience it. It's going to be you who goes to EA and applies for a job because you can't get anything anywhere else. Yeah, this is not somebody you want to mess with. The Day One Gary's incident, you might need to learn from it. TB has over 1 million subscribers, maybe even more than 1 million, maybe 2 or 3 million. It's hard to keep count anymore. His subscriber count just keeps growing and growing and growing. People are going to side with TotalBiscuit here, me being one of them, because you guys are dipshits. And to be quite honest with you, Fun Creator, I am also one of those people who you do not want to mess with. I have fun opinions of my own, and I am not afraid to say them. So, if you think you're going to do one up on me for posting this video, you are sadly mistaken. The credibility is not with you. It is with people like TB, people like me, people like him and me, who will just say their opinions regardless of who likes them and who does not. You guys are copyright trolls. The only reason why you took down that video, that you wanted that video taken down, is because you did not like what he said about your game. And then you act like complete and utter dipshits when you get called out. Just admit that you got called out. That is the right thing to do. Just admit that you got owned by somebody who is obviously much bigger than you ever will be, especially after you pull this stunt on Twitter after the fact. People will be much more respectful of you if you just say, hey, we effed up on this particular game, and then we got a little bit annoyed when somebody called us out on how horrible this game is. That's what Wild Game Studios eventually did, because they too got into a battle with him over his review of Day One Scary's Incident. They tried to copyright troll, and they failed, and they thought it was better to save face rather than risk their reputation over censoring him. Well, guess what? You think it's worth ruining your reputation over. I would like to see these big lawyers you got. I would like to see What makes you think you're bigger than a couple of videos? Because quite frankly, seeming as how you think that he photoshopped something, just look at the email. Grammar imperfections are all throughout the email. The font differential is not going to help you here, friend creator. And it's not going to raise your credibility over someone who has a whole bunch of subscribers who are willing to side with him because he is an honest person. You obviously are not, and you are trying to save face because you know you've been had by someone who has more credibility than you ever will. TB is an honest person. You may not agree with everything he says, but he is an honest person. If you think for 1 second that he is going to lie about something just to get a leg up on everybody else, then you're sadly mistaken. He does not need to do stuff like that. Why would he do stuff like that? And what reason would you have to think that he would do something like that? You're the ones with the burden of proof. You have to show that he photoshopped. What reason do you think that he photoshopped this email? And why would you want to take down the video in the first place? If it wasn't you, then who was it? Because obviously, it wasn't TB. Why would he take down his own video and then claim you did it? And you claim you're not doing it. So, what makes you think that we believe you unless you give your own side of the story? Instead of being utter dipshits and claiming that he photoshopped things and then starting on a trolling rampage on Twitter. It's not going to change any opinions. It's not going to make us think that he somehow implicated himself here. And to be quite honest with you, I watched that Twitch research video that he posted on his site and the WTF is video on his YouTube channel. Guess what? I agree with him. Your game is utter shit, and you need to fess up to it. You need to fess up, or you're going to face bankruptcy. You're going to be the one who's not even looking for a video game job. I'm definitely assuring you of that. You need to fess up and just say, hey look, we know we made a terrible game. We made mistakes with this game, but this is a learning experience. This is a teachable moment, as President Obama said, and move on and create much better games. Everybody makes bad games. It's going to happen. Not every game you make is going to be a masterpiece. But you need to fess up and just deal with it and just create better games, the best games that you possibly can, instead of doing this BS every time someone calls you out on a bad game. And to pick on somebody who has a very good reputation, who has several subscribers, and will not be afraid to call you out on this crap, that is career suicide. And if you don't act up and act your age, then chances are people will hope that you go down in flames, and chances are you will go down in flames. And you will deserve to go down in flames if you go down this route. And if you continue to act like this whenever someone gives you a negative opinion about a game, I will hope and pray that you do go down in flames. It is just a bad review of a game. Get the fuck over it. My name is Dark Power, and that just happened.